What's going on, goons and goblins?
Stop!
Welcome to our Child's Play or Chucky TV series episode 3 review. I think just as an overall review, I'll say it was definitely my favorite of the three. It's really good, especially towards the end. So I got my notes. I'm going to read off of them that goes throughout the episode and just let you know what I thought. So the intro, as usual, we get a little bit more into Charles Lee Ray's backstory, and but the whole setup scene for that between Jake and Chucky, whenever he's Jake is asking him, how did he become like this, and he thinks that he's asking him how did he become a doll, but he's actually asking him how did he become a killer. And just all the dialogue in the scene, I was smiling to myself the whole time. Just through a lot of Chucky's dialogue, but this was great. He asked him which he prefers, do you like strangling or stabbing, because he kind of likes both. And then he says, you never forget your first. Whenever he's thinking back to his first kill, like how you usually say like your first love or something like that. But of course he's talking about, like I said, his kill in this. And then he's just going through talking, and he's saying sometimes the person that you pick to kill is just someone that you just want to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
This is just the voice acting and all that is just great. Like I said, I was smiling through a lot of it, of his whole story, and that connects to the start and the ending of the episode. And then so the intro sequence, I know she's gonna want to talk about that. She liked it. It was pitchforks and things in the fire. So of course that's cool for the title sequence, how they always do it differently. And the music, I've said it before, but again, it's just an overall thing. The music is always great. It's music that I'm pretty sure we've heard. I don't know if throughout all the Child's Play movies, but I know for sure in Bride and Seed we heard these like themes throughout, and I like the music a lot. And then so we see Jake trying to follow Chucky's advice, and he's like stalking what he thinks is the girl. And I'm glad that they didn't have a line of dialogue in there between the girl, Jake's cousin, and Lexi, where they're like, talking about why they're wearing the same clothes, because obviously they already know why they're wearing the same clothes, so it would just be for us at that point. So I'm glad they just didn't say anything, I'm pretty sure, and we just can assume it's because they're boyfriend and girlfriend.
Right.
Because some of the clothes that we have, some of the same matching outfits too. So, it was just kind of, it's just whatever with that, I guess. So he's stalking the wrong person. He's stalking that guy instead of Lexi, which that guy I think he looks very effeminate anyway, doesn't he? You're talking about that. He doesn't sound like he looks at all. But anyway.
No.
So it seems like suddenly Jake's love interest, it's very weird. I'm going to have to see where this goes, I guess, but we get the feeling in this episode, of course, that he's looking into Jake to prove him innocent, which I think he's trying to combat his mom, but I just think it's so strange to look into somebody in this way to prove them innocent. I feel like you're going to catch them in something doing it like this. I don't remember why. Maybe there was a line in the last episode that we missed. I don't know why he's going down this tangent of looking into him to prove him innocent, unless he was just telling his mom that he was trying to prove him innocent, and he's really trying to make him look guilty. I don't know. It's just kind of strange. I guess we'll just have to see more of this and where this goes between the two of them. Oh, and so this I was pretty annoyed with this, but they didn't go into it too hard. But Lexi, them trying to make you sympathize with her as a villain, I was worried that they were going to go hard into that, because a lot of times in shows, it used to be good, actually. It used to be a good plot line that I liked whenever they would have like villains, and then you start to see why they are the way that they are. But it's just overdone a lot, I think, at this point. So I guess they try to make you sympathize with Lexi by all the parents always paid the little girl, her sister, more attention because she was special, she was gifted. But still at the same time, they make her enough unlikable to where it's not like you start to like her in this episode right before she dies because, she has her apology to Jake. That was just so she could get the doll.
Hey, we don't know she's dead.
Well, yeah, no, I'm not saying that she's dead, but I'm just saying it's, I don't think she's dead either, but I'm just glad that they didn't go too hard into the sympathizing with her route because it would just be ridiculous. I don't fucking care, again, if your parents were just horrible to you to a degree, you're in control of your own actions or whatever, and how you handle that. So then there was a funny scene. She was laughing at it, and I was thinking it was weird in my head too. But there's a giant ass. Of course, it's just in here something silly.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But Jake has a giant scythe in the garage, like the Grim Reaper lives at his house or wherever he was at.
His uncle's garage, I guess. Yeah. But it's huge. It wasn't even not even what a Grim Reaper would carry. It's like the fucking Cyclops scythe. Like, it was literally ginormous.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you use those things to cut the grass, right? But I don't think anybody uses them for that anymore. So yeah, it was just something that was just, what the fuck, so silly in there. And you expected him to start pulling out really weird shit, like a spiked baseball bat or just
fucking nunchucks.
Yeah, just weird stuff. So yeah, Jake's uncle is the Grim Reaper, I guess.
Confirmed.
And then, so this is just a side note, nothing to do with the review really, I guess, but I just want to put in here, I'd totally kill if Chucky told me to, for two reasons. For one, I presume he's gotten away with it. I mean, obviously, I know he got caught in the toy store in the first movie. But, talking about this scary review, I'm getting spooked. No. But,
wow.
So, but I presume, we got a Chucky doll in the closet, actually. But presumably, he's gotten away with it. So he knows what he's doing, of course, a few times before that. And then two, I wouldn't want him to get pissed off at me. So whatever he says, all right, man, I'm doing it, Although, of course, whenever you end up getting caught, you can't say the doll made me do it. I mean, because, I'm pretty sure that's happened in other movies before, right? So, yeah. Just another great line, I'm sure, from Chucky. I don't remember where exactly, but he says, "Oh, whenever Jake couldn't kill Lexi, he was like, oh, you choked, and not in the good way, Just so many great lines.
He calls him a pussy.
Yeah, he calls him a pussy too. Yeah. So she picked up on this, which was good. Chucky, still wants to watch the news. I guess with the little girl, and that's apparently a callback to Child's Play 1. I think I remember after she brought it up where Andy's with the babysitter, and Chucky wants to watch the news before bed. So it's just a little, I guess, Easter egg in there. Okay, so at first I thought this party that the kids were having was strange. It was like a middle of the day. They were bringing over alcohol, or whatever. But I guess their parents were going to be out. So yeah, I don't know. It's just, I guess I think it's strange to have so many parties. But she brought up the clip.
Chucky wants to watch the 9 o'clock news.
Nice. Yeah, it's strange they just had a clip just for that, but so yeah, so I like also whenever she opens up the door, I like how Chucky, when she opens up the door for the party, I like how Chucky froze in the middle of the floor, because I had a second thought. I was like, I'm pretty sure they would have saw him trickle off in the background, it would have caught their eye. Mm-hmm. So I like how he just freezes just right there, just as a little side thing.
It's like Toy Story.
Yeah.
Just go fucking limp.
Right. And then I like the scene with the parents talking at the parent-teacher conference thing, because
guardian-teacher
conference, as I said, right? Sorry.
Too soon, babe.
Too soon. But I do like this scene. Thought it was pretty realistic the way the parents reacted, and I like how they're basically not taking Lexi's parents' shit, because I'm sure there would be parents that would be saying the things that they were saying, and they just pull the video on the phone and show them off right there. So I like that. Chucky, whenever he gets tucked in the bed, he can't get out of the bed. Snug as a fucking bug, he says, or something, and then cuts himself out. Awesome. Silent disco, she apparently knows what this is. I thought it was strange, but okay, they're all wearing the headphones. I guess it's something that people do, and it works because that way Chucky can go around doing shit and nobody's hearing him.
Yeah, I think they were all listening to the same song, but most of the time you have your own radio set, so like you're never complaining about the music. You're listening to your own music, so everybody's listening to their own shit and dancing.
Right. So that worked out well. And then I think that the cousin will find out about Chucky next or soon. Or, well, I wrote that in my notes before the episode had ended. I think now that Lexi is alive and she's going to go spouting off like Chucky's alive, and she's going to try to get the cousin to believe her, I think, at this point, of course. And I think that he eventually will. So anyway, I wonder, this is just another side thing. I wonder if the little girl, the one with the memory, I wonder if she is a relative of Brad and Nina, I think is her name, the wheelchair girl. If she's related to them, because that Nina is his daughter, of course. And then this little girl, I was just looking at her in this episode. I was like, she looks a lot like.
Oh, you mean in real life?
Yeah, in real life. So I really love the scene between Lexi and Chucky here. You know, it was a little bit silly, but yeah, for the most part, you know, the doll animation looks great. I like it. It goes back to the first one when he's just kicking his little feet around when he's trying to strangle Lexi. You know, she has the joint. You know, it looks at the shoes. The whole thing was awesome. She was like, you know, freaked out. He comes up behind her, drops the knife, trying to strangle her, just having a good old time. You know, laughing and.
An iconic laugh.
Yep, and like I said, it takes you back to that first movie. Of course, it is a little bit silly, or if you just overthink it, how the fire is just not burning anywhere around him, but it's burning everywhere very quickly. And these kids don't feel the heat. I know you would be able to feel the heat coming off of the fire.
Or smell the smoke.
Or smell the smoke, right? So it's a little bit silly if you think about it, but I still enjoyed it for the most part. A lot of the shots with Chucky and the fire behind him, super awesome. There was one little scene where he gets thrown and he kind of like twitches out on the floor, doesn't get up. But I think for the most part, the doll animations are absolutely great, you know.
Yeah.
And even if the doll animations are kind of bad in some spots, it makes you a little bit, like I said, nostalgic for some of the older movies anyway. So then we get into the meat of the big twist that I love. So you see Chucky, Charles as a little kid, which, just real quick, this is something I was thinking. So Chucky, the actual guy, the actual serial killer was Brad. Brad played him. Yeah. Brad played the serial killer back in the 90s. He had the dark hair. He looked like the guy from fucking Pearl Jam, is who I always think of. The main guy from Pearl Jam. I can't think of his name. But anyway, we see Charles Lee Ray as a little kid, seeing his dad just get absolutely, just destroyed on the floor. And you're already thinking, like, okay, he's going to see his parents just get massacred in front of him. It's going to, whatever's already twisted up in him is going to get worse. And that's how it's going to go. And I would have been fine with that. But they really did great and took it another level to where there was a twist, right? Maybe some people saw it coming, I don't know. But where he kills his mom in the closet. So I really like that because I didn't see it coming, of course. And yeah, I don't know what more there would be to tell of his backstory. Actually, I'm just thinking, I'm hoping that we get maybe into his teenage years maybe, and maybe we get to see how he meets Tiffany and stuff like that, and we progress from there. So maybe there will be more to give. I just really didn't see us getting to, this much progression through his backstory so quickly. But I'm glad we did, and I do like the twist, how he was kind of not groomed by a serial killer, but kind of had that moment with another serial killer, and now he's kind of trying to do that for Jake to kind of push him along. And he has that really good line at the end. What was it? The best serial killers are
they're
born.
not made, they're born.
Yeah, and you see him kind of.
They just need a push or some shit like that.
Yeah, and then you see him kind of being born from the flames or whatever, as they would say. So yeah, super awesome final shot and the laugh and everything. It was great. One of my that whole sequence right there. Was one of the most epic scenes, I think, from Child's Play for sure. So yeah, I really love the episode overall.
And I'm surprised you didn't bring it up, but the little short shot where Jake is in the cemetery and then you see Charles Lee Ray's grave.
Yeah,
that was cool.
I had that in my notes. I wanted to see. I wanted to see if the date that they put him down as dead was the date that Child's Play 1 actually came out in the theaters in November. I would kind of think not, because I would think it came out around Halloween, but I think it said November the 9th.
I don't know.
November the 9th, yeah, it is. That's interesting. So it's the day that Child's Play actually released in theaters, November 9th, 1988. So yeah, awesome. All around. And yeah, I'm very excited to see more, of course. Is there anything else you wanted to
No, I just really like it. I think that they're holding true to Chucky and his whole personality, persona, everything about him really well, but also modernizing the series and showing us things that we haven't already seen in the 3 Child's Plays, Seed, Bride, Cult, Curse. I mean, we're still getting new stuff that doesn't feel old or worn out or like, oh, I've seen this already or anything. It all just feels, it's good. It's refreshing. I like it a lot. They're doing good.
That's where I was gonna go with that though. About is Brad, and this is such a huge nitpick, but if Brad is Charles Lee Ray the same like whenever he was in his guy form, that little boy, he doesn't have. I don't think he has blue eyes. He has very brown eyes, and Brad Duff has very blue eyes. I know that's just a big nitpick. That's something, he just has really blue eyes, but so yeah, that's what I got. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.